Hello, I will review the futuristic, existential, gloom-laden novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by American author Philip K. Dick. Originally published on March of 1968, the version I own is a special Folio Society edition, unique even among the printings from this publisher because it has certain fabric defects different from the regular ones. It is a double, tête-bêche, reversible format. This edition was not published individually, but in a double volume alongside another great work by the same author named A Scanner Darkly. The book has two covers and two orientations. Upon reaching the end of the first novel, the reader has to turn the book over, inverting it, to read the other from the reverse side. The illustrated pages dedicated to androids are illustrated by Chris Skinner, whose style combines influences from Art Deco and film noir, using digital and 3D modeling techniques to generate a robotic, hypermetallic atmosphere with a marked, uncanny valley effect. It features a high-quality quarter-bound cloth, spine and block printing accompanied by a slipcase. It boasts carefully chosen typography, Mentor font with Neptune for titles. The total length, combining both novels, is approximately 488 pages. Philip K. Dick's chef-d'œuvre, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, functions as an incisive systemic inquiry of human subjectivity, ontological security, and late-stage techno-capitalism. It is distinct from the average dystopian tale because the novel operates as a complex thought experiment that interrogates the boundaries between the organic and the synthetic, the authentic and the simulated. At the heart of the narrative is a central, categorical premise: empathy as the definitive boundary marker of the human condition. The Voigt-Kampff apparatus is a pseudo-polygraph technology that measures autonomic nervous system responses, specifically capillary dilation and eye-blinking reactions, to micro-expressions of empathy. Scientifically, it attempts to quantify an unquantifiable emotional construct. The narrative destabilizes this metric almost immediately. Bounty hunter Rick Deckard encounters androids, such as Rachel Rosen or Luba Luft, who exhibit profound self-preservation instincts, aesthetic appreciation, and unexpected depth of feeling. Concurrently, human characters display chilling emotional detachment. Empathy ceases to be a biological guarantee of humanity and becomes instead a moral imperative that humans frequently fail to uphold. Simulacra, simulation, and hyperreality are recurrent. Long before Jean Baudrillard formalized his theories on hyperreality, Philip K. Dick mapped out a world where the copy eclipses the original, rendering the distinction meaningless. Following Earth's terminal ecological collapse from World War Terminus, biological animals are nearly extinct. Owning a living creature is a marker of wealth and biological validation of one's own soul. Deckard's obsessive desire to replace his mechanical sheep with a real animal exposes a society where market value dictates existential worth. The titular electric sheep and the synthetic animals, cataloged in the Sidney Seitzman's book functions as perfect simulacra. When Descartes ultimately discovers that his prized and later replaced animals are synthetic, his psychological crisis proves that affective value overrides material genesis. If an electric toad evokes genuine grief and care, its electronic architecture becomes irrelevant. The physical setting of the novel is governed by relentless physical decay, conceptualized as Kippel, the entropic accumulation of junk, garbage, and discarded artifacts that inexorably claims human spaces. In thermodynamics and information theory, entropy represents the degradation of a closed system into maximum disorder and loss of information. Kippel is the physical manifestation of this law. J.R. Isidore, the chickenhead, coexist within this entropic tide, acting as a human anchor for discarded things. The novel argues that humanity's technological trajectory does not lead to transcendence, but to vast planetary dump, where human civilization is slowly erased by its own refuse. To cope with the unbearable psychological weight of a dying planet, society relies on cybernetic and psychological regulatory mechanisms. Citizens program their neurological states via console inputs, dialing a specific code for creative despair or cooperative productivity. This commodification of neurochemistry reduces human emotion to algorithmic inputs and outputs, mechanizing the human interior. The religion of Mercerism utilizes empathy boxes to link users into a shared real-time matrix of suffering, symbolized by the endless climbing of a desolate hill, though revealed to be a cynical technological fabrication via the Buster-friendly broadcast, exposing the stage set. Mercerism retains its psychological efficacy. The novel posits that the utility of a myth outweighs its empirical truth if it successfully binds isolated consciousness together against the void. The post-human synthesis, unleashed by the novel's conclusion, presents as Rick Deckard's trajectory charts a descent from an arrogant arbiter of life and death into a state of deep post-human vulnerability, having traversed the gray area between machine and man. Deckard realizes that the rigid binary of organic human being and programmed android is a false construct. The title creates a sharp paradox when juxtaposed with the novel's plot. The central irony is that while the title asks about androids dreaming of electric animals, it is actually the human protagonist who owns and obsessively cares for an electric sheep. In a universe defined by entropy and simulation, essence does not precede existence, but action, doings, does.